just wait one more minute and then we'll get started. So if you haven't done so already, please scan the QR code, or if you are on your phone and you can't scan the QR code, just go into the chat and the URL is there, and you can put your information in, because we're going to be using a randomizer to draw for the prizes. All right, do you want to get started, Nicole, now?
Yeah.
Perfect. There we go.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for joining, guys and gals. I think we have a mixture, so I appreciate you all joining. We wanted to let you know a little bit about SolaX, maybe a little bit more than you already know, and maybe brand new for you. So we appreciate you joining. And we're proud sponsors of a FIFA soccer team, and we're going to be giving away some tickets to those games today. So if you haven't already, join that, click the link. Kevin, the slides are advancing.
Oh,
Go ahead and click the link in the chat, because the QR code's not going to be back up, to make sure that you get registered in to win one of those prizes. SolaX is an international company. Our vision is to be a trusted global leader in smart energy solutions. We were founded in 2012. We currently have over 3,000 employees. We're in 80 different markets, which we'll show a map of where we're at a little bit later in the presentation. And we have over 800 R&D personnel. Okay.
perfect.
Like I said, we were founded in 2012. This shows you a little progress map of progress timeline of where we've been and when and where we joined. We created the subsidiary in the US in 2018 and started providing product here in the States in that year. All right, Kevin.
Davis?
Yeah, maybe I should have introduced myself before I started, but
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce Davis too as well before we get started. I'm Nicole. I'm the head of sales for the US. Kevin, who's hosting, we'll let him introduce himself later in the presentation as well. And then I'd like to introduce you to my colleague Davis Chapman. He's our regional sales manager, and he's going to talk to you about some excellent and wonderful things that we have going on in our manufacturing.
Thank you, Nicole. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. As Nicole mentioned, my name is Davis Chapman. I am the regional sales manager here on the West Coast for SolaX, and helping build out our contractor network here in California all the way to Texas. So happy to talk to you a little bit about our manufacturing capabilities and facility. Late last year, our team had the opportunity to go visit our manufacturing headquarters outside of Hangzhou, China. To see the factory in person, meet with some of the manufacturing facility team, and really just kind of get a feel for how SolaX is operating our manufacturing philosophy in person. Everything there was really impressive, right? As you can see in the video playing behind this slide here, there's a lot of automation going on with our manufacturing process. The factory is able to run 24 hours a day with the automation in place. And then we'll jump a little bit more into some of the manufacturing testing processes that we have. But overall, as far as a manufacturing facility, last year alone, SolaX put out over 780,000 inverter units and over 670,000 battery units to all of our customers globally. So quite a bit of volume that we're able to generate and produce as well as ship. And then we have over 40 production lines. And again, the factory itself is highly automated with the 24-hour dark factory capabilities. We're able to produce around the clock, make sure that our product is moving and meeting demand globally. You can go to the next slide, Kevin.
Yep.
Some of the product quality certifications that we hold, again, in some of the global markets that we operate in, SolaX prides itself on operating at a really high level of quality. And I think that shows here with some of the certificates that we have attained in some of the global markets that we operate in. Go to the next slide, Kevin. And I mentioned a little bit about our quality process for our batteries and inverters, but at the factory, each and every battery and inverter undergoes a list of rigorous testing just to make sure that it is operating to the highest quality and meets our standards before it is shipped out to you, the contractor. We want to make sure that you have the confidence you need when you are ordering SolaX product to know that when you receive product from us, it has been tested, it has been approved by our factory team, and will meet the standards it needs to in the field. So you can be sure that it meets every test that it needs to, and can stand up for the duration of the lifetime of that product.
Okay, so we're going to do our first drawing here, and this one's going to be for a $50 Home Depot gift certificate. So if you haven't already, when you first joined, I see there's more people joining. In the chat, maybe Nicole can put it right at the front. There's a link in there to get registered because we're using a randomizer for the drawing. So if you folks haven't registered yet for the drawing, just click on that link inside the chat and get registered because I'm about to give away a $50 gift card. I'm just going to use a Google randomizer number and we'll pick the winner here shortly. So if you haven't done so yet, please get your name in there so that you can get registered for that. I'll give everybody just a few more moments because there might be some people that have not registered. So in the chat, there's a link. There was a QR code at the beginning of the webinar that people registered for the drawing, but you have to get in there so that the randomizer will pick up your name. Okay. Just refresh that and here we go. Okay, so do we have an Augustine Conti? Augustine?
Yes.
Hey, you won a $50 Home Depot gift card, and I will shoot you over a text message later and get your address, and I'll mail that out to you, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent. So I'm just going to note that real quick here on your notes. All right, so there's our first drawing there, and we've got some more drawings throughout the presentation and, of course, at the end. So we'll continue on now.
Like I stated before, we are a global company, and in the yellow are areas where we have product or sell product or our headquarters. And in the blue is where we have local service, sales, and support. So blue squares are where we have offices, and yellow on top of the blue is where we currently have product. Again, we do have product in 80 different countries across the globe. We have some very large global partnerships. Some of these you probably recognized here in the States. Some of them are specific to other areas, but we recognize these partners. They are trusted partners of ours, and we thank them for our relationships. And you probably got invited by one of these partners today as well. So we definitely value these relationships across the globe. We have global service support. We have a feedback time limit of 12 hours guaranteed. We have 24/7 service time. So we have local support during US hours. We have also support and after hours in different places. We have 200 plus after sales service staff, and we have a call center that answers service calls, sales calls, and just customer questions of over 100 staff in there. Our global training support, we target distributors, installers, and internal service staff. And we have a couple different methods of doing that. We do have something called the SolaX Academy. We have on-site training. We do open webinars like the one you're on today. And we also have a YouTube channel that has installation videos and trainings on it as well.
Also, if you have any questions, just kindly put them in the chat. And Dr. Wei, our CTO, is on the webinar as well, and he'll be answering those questions as they come in. We see more questions come in as we start talking about the product and the different applications, but I just wanted to point that out to everybody.
So the X Power system definitely is tailored for those of us in California dealing with NEM3. We can sell excess electricity back to the grid and earn credits, and it's definitely compliant with NEM 3.0. We can maximize the profits with 24/7 time of use. And despite NEM3 reducing the export rate by approximately 75%, I think it's around 8 cents a kilowatt hour now. Paired with all-in batteries, the 24/7 time of use feature allows to easily customize the usage, the storage, the selling times, and the down to the hour. So we can maximize the duck curve across the day with the system. We also have a unique feature in the product that is PCS and gives us control for those that are NEM1 and NEM2 in California that want to install more solar and more battery, and it will not export into the grid. And we control that within our system. That allows customers to not get bumped into 3.0 if they're existing solar customers. There are a couple other markets in the US where you cannot export. This feature would come into play there as well. Like we see that in Hawaii. We see it, I think, a little bit around Illinois. I think there's a couple different areas around there where you could install, but you can't export. So we have the controls in our system to be able to do that.
And if you have any questions on this, please put it in the chat and we'll answer questions after as well. Okay, thank you.
So the system component, the X Power system includes a hybrid inverter, which you see at the top of the diagram, BMS, batteries, and a backup interface device. The backup interface device offers intelligent load grading management for energy optimization and ensures uninterrupted power during outages. The system supports up to 4 units in parallel, providing a capacity of 30 kW to 80 kWh, making it suitable for residential, small commercial, and some industrial applications. As you can see in the diagram, I don't know, Kevin, if you can mouse over, these definitely fit together and look a little bit like Legos, and they're that easy to install as well. So at the bottom, you start with the base, the battery units, from 10 kilowatt hours, it's the minimum, all the way up to 20 kilowatt hours. So you can customize the size for your homeowner or customer. They click in and gravity feeds the connections, the electrical connections in between the components. And on top of the top battery, so if it's 10, it would be on top of the second battery. If you wanted to install a 15 kWh, it would be on top of the third. And if it was a 20 kWh, it'd be on top of the fourth. Is the BMS, which is the brains of the system. And on top of that is the hybrid inverter that we're showing here. So that's a 7.6 kilowatt inverter, and it can AC and or DC couple. You can add solar to this and not have to have a PV inverter as well, which is why we call it a hybrid. Or if you have existing solar, or in a situation where the system needs to have a PV inverter, you can still have that and add to our system, or you don't have to have the PV inverter and you just use a rapid shutdown device per module and tie it into our system. And the hybrid inverter can function as the PV and the battery inverter. All right, Kevin.
Okay. One thing too to point out is each component, obviously it says 583 pounds. That's the total weight of everything. But each component is, would you kind of share how much each one? Because we get a lot of compliments on how easy our system is to install as far as, you know, you don't need a group of heavy people there to lift stuff.
Yeah. So each component doesn't weigh over 120 pounds. So that varies. Obviously, the BMS or the base is a lot lighter. The inverter weighs a little bit different than the batteries, but it's easily installable by 2 people. And the battery modules themselves have handles pre-installed that you do not have to remove. They stay in there. So it's easily installed, picked up, set down into place by 2 people. A little bit more about our Backup Interface Pro. Do you have a slide on that, Kevin?
I do, yeah, right here.
Excellent. It supports up to 6 intelligent load controls, 3 240 volt loads or 6 120 volt loads, 100 amp generator supported, load real-time monitoring, matching heat pump and EVC, and 200 amp and 125 amp ESS ports. Easily handles various complex installation scenarios. As you can see, there's more specs here on the side, but This is a very intelligent backup interface. It can do the smart load control, which means those 6 loads or 3 240 volts or 6 120 volts can be controlled in the system as the state of charge depletes from the battery in use. The homeowner can set which loads they want to shed to save SOC in the system as they use it. This one is 100 pounds. Like I said, we don't have anything over 120. So easily installed by 2 people as well.
Great.
These are some examples. Like I stated before, we can run 4 of the stacks is what we call them. One inverter with however many batteries, we can run 4 of those in parallel. The one caveat is if we are installing a 10 kW battery capacity on one inverter and we want to parallel for another inverter, that inverter also has to have 10 kW. So we balance the system. If you needed a 30 kW system, you would do 2 inverters with 15 kWh on each. It can be full home backup. It can be partial backup. Like it shows in this diagram, we can have a generator input. This is backing up the whole main panel. We can have a sub panel and backup just dedicated loads as well. So it's superiorly flexible for each and every scenario that you would like. Go ahead, Kevin, and run through a couple of the others. This is AC coupled, so solar system either existing already has a PV and want to add battery, or you're doing solar plus storage and adding a PV inverter in there. You would AC couple across to our system. And this is showing a sub panel as well with some dedicated loads on it.
And if you have any questions, just type them into the chat and we'll address those. And then at the end, we'll open up the Q&A as well, where we can you can ask questions verbally.
Thank you. Smart energy management. So we have Wi-Fi dongles for different scenarios. We have hardwired with the Wi-Fi and LAN. We have cell with Wi-Fi and 4G, and then we have just Wi-Fi. I believe just the Wi-Fi dongle comes with the system, and if you need something different, you can order that. So each customer's scenario, maybe they don't have solid Wi-Fi and we need it, or we need a direct line or cell service, we have those options. And the easy commissioning into our SolaX cloud is something that our installers really appreciate and continue to tell us that is a plus for them when they're installing.
Excellent.
Here's some cases that we have had success. This is a scenario where it's 2 inverters with, I think, 3 kWh, 5 kWh battery modules on each. So this is a 30 kWh storage system. Like I spoke about before, we're going to balance that system out on both of the inverters. So we have 15 kWh on each of those inverters. This is a system up in Madison, Wisconsin, success story of a very large outage. With tornadoes and thunderstorms. Customer had just installed the system right before this happened and was seamlessly without power while their neighbors were unfortunately lacking. Here's another one of our systems. This is an AC coupled system with 4 20 kWh stacks. So this is an 80 kWh storage system, all 4 of those 7.6 kilowatt hybrid inverters. As you can see there, this is tied to a Solar Edge PV inverter system that was existing on the house. This is, I've been to this site. It's an excellent example of some cool things that our system can do. This home has a couple different EV chargers. They have some I think 3 or 4 different EVs. They have a hot tub, and we've taken this completely off grid and ran all of those things at different times and at the same time as well in the home. So in this photo, you see 3. The 4th one is tucked away to the left there. But excellent example of where you can adapt something that's current in the home to what the customer needs.
And one thing to point out, this one here, you can see that it's directly on the concrete, but our system is able to elevate up. So if you're on an exterior wall or on a slope, you can do that as well.
Yep. Completely rated for indoor and outdoor. If you want to go back to the system, there's a couple other things that I could
Oh,
point
sure,
out.
of course.
Sure. Our operating temperatures are -13 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And like I said, rated for indoor or outdoor, just not a living space if you're installing it indoors. We can oversize the PV on the inverter up to 200%. Our recommendation for efficiency is about 150% PV input, but you could put up to 11.4 on that inverter. We talked about the generator import onto the BV or the BI Pro, and I'm checking to see we are tailored for regulation on UL 1741. We do have different modes of unrestricted mode, export only, import only, no exchange. And the system also has all of the different modes that any of the competition has that your customers might have heard of. Yeah, we are VPP ready as well and integrate with different VPP programs. So your customers can have the system, they can have it for storing energy and using it for backup. And then they can also enroll into VPP programs that come available or are already available in their areas. And if this is something that is super interested to you and your customers, you just let us know what programs that you're selling into and around, and that your customers would be wanting to enroll in, and we do the work with those VPP programs and different entities that your customers would want to get into. So those are all possibilities for our system as well. Partial load, whole home load, parallels, PV only as well, which is very rare. But if you want to use our inverter for PV only to future-proof it for more batteries, you can do that as well. Completely set up for microgrid, AC coupled microgrid, or DC as well. I think I covered most of it, Kevin. If there is any questions, like Kevin said, please put them in the chat and we'll address them later.
Okay, so now we're going to draw for a pair of soccer tickets to the World Cup event here. So if you haven't done so already, please click on that link inside the chat, and maybe Nicole can put it top and center, and fill that out. That way we know that you're in the webinar, and then we're using a Google randomized number, and you have to be inside the system for it to pick your name. So if you're in the webinar and you haven't done so yet and filled out that form, then we know that you're in the webinar and it'll be in the randomizer. Okay. So I'm about to generate that right now. Okay. So do we have hopefully I'm saying your name correctly here. Mukesh Sethi?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, Cam.
Good. Where do you live, my friend?
I live in New Jersey.
Okay, well, you just won 2 tickets to the soccer event on June 17th. That's going to be hosted by Nicole. There's, I believe, 10 other people going to that event. Starts at 12, so bring you and a friend. And after, SolaX is going to take the group out for a little bit of small eats and maybe a few drinks.
Where is this?
So the FIFA soccer event at MetLife Stadium in Jersey.
Okay, cool. I'm in Jersey. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So we have tickets all over the country, but you're the closest to that one. So that's the event that we're hosting there. So I'm going to note your right now, and then we'll reach out to you with all of the information that you need to attend the event. Okay, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Mukesh, I look forward to meeting you, and you will receive more information of where to meet and how to get in. So we'll get that all to you.
Yeah,
sounds great. Thank you, Nicole.
perfect.
Kevin.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Okay, so let's go out and talk a little bit about our SolaX certified installer program. Okay, see here. Okay, so what we do is we sit down with our install partners, and we have a whole marketing department that's there to assist you guys. So if you're doing installations, you might want to expand your your network or your branding, we can sit down with you and we can introduce some key tools that will help you expand your market. We do so by giving you a complimentary CRM system, which helps with any missed appointments. If you guys are running virtual appointments, we can give you assistance in that, follow-up processes, and so much more. And then with, of course, AI technology, we can also help you guys with that as well and do nurturing campaigns. One other thing that we have for our certified install partners is we have a relationship with Open Solar. So if you're using maybe one of those paid subscriptions where you have to pay for each proposal, you can use Open Solar and you can get unlimited free solar proposals. So if that's of interest to you, please reach out to the numbers that we've sent you text messages in and just reply back that you would be interested in Open Solar or any of the stuff that we're talking about here today, okay? So that's Open Solar, our partnership with Open Solar, unlimited free solar proposals as a certified installer. As we talked about before, we do trainings, promotions, webinars, and we can do webinars for your staff. We can do trainings for your staff, and we can even do webinars for your customer base and get them to attend the webinar and get them interested in home battery storage and hopefully turn those looky-loos into actual customers that are purchased and installed. One other thing that we do offer, and maybe we'll have Dr. Wei or Jerry talk a little bit about this, but we do have a US lab in Santa Clara, California. That is in the Bay Area. That's the outside. And we have trainings. We have 4 trainings monthly usually. And it's about an 8-hour long training where you and your team can come out, get your hands on the battery, answer all of the questions. Dr. Wei is there. He's our chief technical officer. He's there to help you assist, and Jerry's there also doing trainings. And it's just a great way to come out, meet other installers, have some fun, get your hands on the equipment so that you have the confidence that you need when you're going out and talking to customers and installing those jobs. So Jerry or Wade, do you want to talk a little bit more about the live trainings? Oh, they might. Is everybody muted? Nicole?
I didn't mute them, and I think they can come off mute.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so let me talk about that. Yeah, so
Perfect. I just, yeah, so this is Dr. Wei here. Oh, and by the way, I didn't introduce myself. I apologize. My name is Kevin Smith. I'm the Director of Marketing for SolaX in North America. So if you guys need any help with marketing or help with generating leads, please reach out to me. Go ahead, Dr. Wei.
yes, so let me introduce myself as well. I'm the CTO of SolaX Power USA. My name is Wei Lo, and like Kevin said just now, so we do have a lab in Santa Clara, California, and we are using the lab for training and also for application testing as well. So in case you have any, hello? Okay, let me continue. So this is an opportunity for everyone to have a hands-on experience of installation before going to the field. As you can see on this slide, you can see a parallel system. Because our system is can parallel 4 units of batteries up to 4 units of batteries. So sometimes the commissioning is different from a single battery stack. So that's why we have the system set up for 2 parallel systems. And also on the lower right-hand side of the system, you can see there are a lot of power outlets because we support backup load, non-backup load, and also smart loads as well. So if you have a chance to come to the California Bay Area, please let us know. Even if you're not doing training, we'd like to show you the lab so that you can get some experience and also some first-hand information about the system. You'll be very welcome to come to here.
Yeah, they're great events. You guys do a great job way on those. Buy the team lunch, a little breakfast with donuts and coffee. And like I said, it's just a great way to come out, get your hands on the equipment and meet other installers. So thank you, Dr. Wei. Speaking of which, if you want to attend a live training event, feel free to scan that QR code. And a calendar will pop up that looks very similar to this. And then go ahead and pick the date that you want to come out and register and come come out and Dr. Wei will get you in the lab training and we'll get you certified as one of our install partners. So I think now I'm going to open up the call to any questions. So if you want to take yourself off mute, and if you folks have any questions that you would like to ask the team, please feel free to do so now. And if you're on mute, sometimes you'll be speaking and the mute button will still be there, so you'll have to take yourself off mute.
So I have a questions. You guys, you can come to our premises and do the training and certification at the same time?
So let me answer the question. So this is a way again, and the answer is yes, we can do that. So there are different ways of training. So one, like we prefer, but may not be practical for you, is come to the lab. But if you cannot come to the lab, we can come to you. And when we come to you, there are two ways as well. We can come to your office and do a training of the product details. Another way is go to your job site with you. While you are doing installation, we can give you advice and make sure that you are certified afterwards. Does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, and if you're talking about on-site, we can also go out with you guys. By the way, I'm Jerry. I'm the trainer there. Yeah, we go on site and we can also help your installers on site. So any other options that you guys might want, we'll be there for you guys.
Yeah, so if you have a customer that wants the SolaX equipment, or you feel that you want to give that customer the SolaX equipment, but you're maybe a little bit concerned because you've never installed it before, don't worry about that, because we will fly out to that job site and we'll be on there through the whole installation process with you.
Exactly. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff.
We do
All
the
right.
level 1 training first, right? So we do the online training first, and then we do the level 2 certification of actually installing either in the lab or in person.
Oh, go ahead. Was it someone was trying to speak there? Oh, I think we lost them. Whoever was trying to come
The
through
goal
there.
with the training, while we're waiting for more questions, the goal with the training for us is to be heavily involved on the front end of training and proper knowledge of the system. And if we can get you hands-on in the lab, that's even better, because then your installers or your electricians can touch and feel the product and learn how, the little nuances before getting on site makes your installation day a lot smoother and easier. We feel like, and we have experience of, that if we do as much training as we can before installation, that the installation is smoother, it's easier for your team, and we have less service problems in the back end. So we want to be as proactive as we can with you and your teams, and have a great customer experience, homeowner experience on install day as well.
Thank you, Nicole.
I have a question. This is Mukesh.
Yeah.
Do you have any compatibility with meter collar, like connector or something else of your own which you're working on, or any timeline to get that?
Yeah, I will let Wei speak to that, if you don't mind, Wei.
I don't mind. Yeah. So in the market, there are a couple of suppliers claiming that they've got meter collar ready to go, and we've been discussing with them on integration. But when we look closer, I think they are still a few steps away before they can introduce their product. But we are actively discussing with them on how to do integration anyway, and we'll let you know when that is done. That's on the third-party side. And internally, we also have been looking at the possibility of developing our own meter socket as well. I think the time limitation is really on the utility acceptance side. So for the second option, I will also keep you guys posted if we really have a success with our utilities. Does he answer your question, Mukesh?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And if you see any supplier in the market that we don't know and are claiming that they're ready, please let us know as well, and we can discuss with them and help you out.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, I'll give another drawing here for another $50 Home Depot gift card here. So if you haven't, because we're going to start doing some drawings now for some more soccer tickets, some FIFA World Cup soccer tickets. But if you haven't done so already, please enter your name in for the drawing. I see that there was a few more people that entered the draw, so that's good. So I'll just wait one more moment. Okay, let me use the Google randomizer. And if you guys have questions while I'm doing the drawing, please feel free to go ahead and ask any questions that you have for Dr. Way or Nicole or Davis or myself
Yeah.
for marketing.
Please do.
Okay, number
I
30.
have a question. I maybe missed that. These can we buy straight from you, or we have to go through a distributor?
Well, you can do both. Either or. Where are you at? In
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia? Yeah. We have distributors that can help you, we can get you connected with, or we can work with you direct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so for a $50 gift card, do we have an Abby Alton? Abby, or Abe? Maybe it's Abe Yalton? No?
Well, that
Oh,
person.
Abby. It's Abby. It's Abby Alton. Abby Alton. Is Abby Alton still on the webinar? Okay. Well, you have to be on the webinar to.
Sure, that person is. They're just on mute.
They're on mute? Okay. Perfect. They're here? Great. So I'm going to mark them in for a $50 gift card that
Yep.
will be mailing out to them. Okay. All right. Good stuff on that. Let me just note that real quick here. So congratulations on the $50 Home Depot card. Perfect on that. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to give away our next set of soccer tickets here. Okay. Okay, do we have a Joshua Randall here?
Shows that Joshua's still on. Joshua, if you are speaking, you're on mute.
Okay. Well, he's still here, so I'll reach out to him. Maybe he's perfect. All right, and we have one final set of tickets that we're going to give away here.
We need a little sound that goes beep, 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 beep,
I
beep.
know. Yeah.
You should have had some sound effects. While we're waiting, if you have any other questions and you don't want to come off mute and say it, just type it in the chat and we'll get them addressed.
All right. So do we have an Eric Cole online here? Is Eric still with us on the webinar?
We did.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Eric. All right. Good stuff. Thanks for coming off mute. We know how people get busy and some people will be doing 2 meetings at once, but thank you for coming off mute. That's fantastic. So where are you located, Eric?
California.
All right, my friends. So on June 23rd, we are going to be in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. and that's at 12 o'clock. And I'm actually hosting that event, so I'll reach out to you and with all the details. But we're going to meet before the game, and then after the game, we're going to head out for some food and some drinks after with everybody. And actually, it's a pretty big group. I think there's 16 coming to that one, so
All
that
right,
one should be
perfect.
really good. So talk to one of your friends or wife or child or whoever you want to bring, and we'll go have some fun together. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric.
I have one question. This is Mukesh again.
Yeah.
You mentioned you are in BPP programs, demand response programs, correct? The Connected Solutions program, which is in Connecticut and Massachusetts, are you listed as a approved vendor for that with EverSource and UI? That's the utility there.
Yeah, so maybe this is a way again, let me answer the question as well. So we have helped some of our partners again to take connected solution program, but for the SolaX brand, we are finishing the integration and it will be part of it very soon. So I'll keep you posted. I think in the next couple of months, we should be part of it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I love the questions. If anybody else has anything.
Yeah, we're gonna stick around here until any other questions that need to be addressed. And congratulations to all the winners today.
All right.
All right.
Anyone else? We appreciate you guys joining.
Yeah.
We love to talk about our products and our systems. So if you want to reach out and want to speak more, let us know. Davis and myself are available to meet with you. We'll probably send a follow-up email to everybody that joined with a link to our calendar. So if you wanted to meet up with us and speak in greater detail than the overview that we gave you today, there's lots more to talk about. But we wanted to give you kind of the highlights and the important stuff up first. And yeah, we can have further discussions if you don't have any other questions for today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For the winners, you'll be receiving more information on how to claim your Home Depot gift card, or it'll be sent to you, and how we meet up and get into the soccer game together.
Thanks, SolaX team.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Appreciate it.
You.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess I'll end the meeting. I'm the host, so I just want to make sure there's no more questions. I see people are starting to drop off quite rapidly, so I guess I'll end the meeting.
Yeah, Joshua Randall did comment, so he was still on.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Okay, great. Good stuff. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks again, everybody, for joining the webinar, and we look forward to seeing you at the events and seeing you out there out in the field. We'll also be at the RE Plus show in Las Vegas. So if you guys are out there, come say hi to us at the booth. All right. See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.